Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a game between Rain versus Sock. In a previous video, I actually said I was casting Rain versus Sock, and I queued up the game and it was Rain versus Zealot. So this is actually the right game this time around. This is going to be a PvT on the map Apocalypse. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe to my channel. You can also join me on my Twitch stream where I cast these live. And see this GLHF shirt? See that? You can get that at tastelessthreads.com. Along with a bunch of other cool merch. So let's get into this game. And yeah, this is Sock over here, up at 12 o'clock. Our Terran player. Down here in the bottom right, in the red, is Rain. Now, Apocalypse is made for some pretty interesting games. It does have a kind of, if I can just reveal the entire map here, kind of a slopey terrain of you're starting out back here on the low ground with these large high ground plateaus that you have to move up to try to, you know, get control of this area, and also you could use this to try to delay them from moving in. And then the very center of the map, it's low ground all over again. It is a very open map, by the way, here in the middle, so you can really run around the Terran as the Protoss, which is something we see a lot of nowadays. In this game, whoa, we're way zoomed out. We've got Sock over here. He's going to go for his depot, probably with the barracks connected to that, so we can run Marines in and out. For Rain, I mean, look, I already see... Oops, I'm still on camera. The thing about me, guys, when I'm casting is, like, I'm an ugly caster. Like, when I get into it, man, my brow furrows, my neck, my head just kind of... I get like Bernie Sanders' head. Like, my head kind of goes in between my nipples. And you don't want to see that. So I'm only built to be on camera for maybe like 2 minutes at a time, and that's it. So I see that we're going to have a Nexus first from Rain. The question is, what kind of Nexus first is that going to be? Now, for the Terran, we see it's not going to be a quick command center. He's going to go for the very standard barracks into gas, which, you know, it does put a little bit of it could be a little bit of a problem here for the Terran if they find the fast Nexus here. You know, do you try to play from behind and expand, or do you try to do some kind of aggression? That's always the big question. So the factory goes down. The probe is just chipping away at this one SCV. Anything you can do to try to draw out another SCV to attack this. He leaves because he knows that Marine is about to pop out. Now, we've got the gas being taken here, and I don't see a second gateway, so this may be the greediest Nexus first build or variation. Yeah, there it is. Core. And the second gateway a little bit later. So there's no Zealot even being made here. Hey, thank you so much for the sub, the Shens. I have alerts turned off, but I really appreciate it, man. So yeah, I mean, this is as greedy as it comes. Looks like there's going to be one safety Zealot made over here. But really, this is a rush right into Dragoon Tech. And honestly... I mean, if we don't see an attack out here from Sock soon, and I don't think we are, we're going to see a command center. Sock is actually opting to play from behind. So I do see Terrans doing this more and more. There was a period where, like, everybody would just kind of panic and rush, and that seems to be declining as Terrans are realizing that, you know, the Protosses are pretty good at handling attacks, you know, when they're attacked into on their side of the map. The Vulture's going to come out, but I think the Dragoons are going to be out here, like, just in time. Maybe the Vulture can get 1 or 2 probe kills, but... Here we go. He's going to pull the probes. He actually sends the probes right back. Can he get any kills? He gets 1. All right, that was very well held there by Rain. That was really, really good. No Dragoon range yet, right? That's another thing that comes a little bit later. because you want to get Robo before Dragoon range. When you go for Nexus first, your Robo's really late. So it's a bit of a headache. You have no way to deal with spider mines or anything else like that. But I have seen this from time to time, the counter pressure. Like we're seeing now from Rain, where he's going to come out across the map. You're basically trying to check if Terran gets siege mode or not. Because once you see siege mode has been made, you know they can't attack for a little bit. This Vulture is going to come around. And it looks like Rain is trying to basically intercept it, so to speak. So he backs it up over here. So no siege mode check yet. In fact, we're going to be having Vulture speed be upgraded. And it's going to be a drop ship. One thing about this map that I think is so true is that drops are devastating. Look at all this area you have just in the Terran's main, right? So recalls are huge, mass shuttle drops are huge. Same is true here for Vulture drops. I mean, how are you ever going to stop a drop ship from coming in here? You could literally come from down here and go straight up. Like, it's insane, man. And even this area over here, you can fly a drop ship right through this darkened area, and then boom, you've got suddenly Vultures right here inside the main. So, it's kind of a scary map. In fact, a lot of players, you can see that this is actually the beginnings of a wall-in here in order to mitigate any progress a drop might make. So the mines have been planted out here on the map, and that's going to allow this drop to come in now. 4 Dragoons. Gets one. Really good body block. Have you seen that? How he's getting the Vulture to kind of bump and rub up against the Dragoon? This has been a really good hold. I mean, Rain is really blowing me away. I think we're almost at the point where we've seen more Vultures killed than probes, which is never a good sign. If you kill 2 probes with a Vulture, the Vulture's done more than just pay for itself. It's crazy. Okay, so back at home. Another Nexus is thrown down here. Another dropship's going to come in. But Rain, at the last second, Rain pulls away. And this is just not going to do anything. Another big shutdown. The first shuttle's out. I'm sorry, do we actually have Reaver Tech? We do. I wasn't really looking for it. Back at home, something was canceled, but it looks like now we're going to be going up to 4 factories. Now, older me would have said this is going to be a 2-base timing push, but now it does seem like some Terrans like to just get a couple factories up and then expand later. I do like this game a little bit better right now for Rain. The shuttle speed's coming down. He's made a forge very early, which I think is completely rational, considering that the dropship threats are just continuous here. The dropship's going to try to come in once more. I think Sock really should probably back away with this. The shuttle's going to spot the dropship here. And we should be having cannons thrown down here shortly. On the Terran side of things, we've got the armory, the second one coming down. A science facility. Maybe he's not going to expand soon here. Rain is late on transferring. Looks like he's going to have some probes come through there now. Really nice Vulture here from Sock. Oh my god, hold on. Oh my god, he just drops the Reaver right on top of this. This is insane. He's doing a great job over here. The Wraith is going to come up. He needs to unload this Reaver to kill some of these SCVs. He does exactly that. A Scarab is shot out. It does connect and kill some of its targets. It's going to kill off this Vulture as well. Can he get another one? He does. Some real value here. And he fires... What? One more shot in there. That was so sick. Dragoon's back out. I mean, Rain's playing really well here. So he's got his 3rd base up. He's going up to 6 gateways. We've got the +1 attack upgrade here. And, yeah, I mean, the game's going to slow down a little bit here. I'm worried, though. I think, if Sock's going to be powering on 2 bases, which is what it seems like, that's what's going down. A lot of SCVs were killed, tanks were killed, vultures were killed. The shuttle and the Reaver are still, out and about. So, I'm sorry, where is the shuttle and the Reaver? Am I crazy? Well, I guess you guys just have to believe me. And these drops are not really doing that much. He's basically just staying back. He's powering up. He's going to get a 4th Nexus here as well, which means Terran actually has to do something. And, it's so funny. I was talking about how this might just be this 2-base powering push, or I guess it could just be like a really late 3rd. Let's see what he does. I mean, when you see him sieging up here, you got to think, okay, it's going to be a 3rd base. Keep in mind, by the way, this is like right by the main. So you could very easily just pick up and drop stuff over here. That certainly includes his vultures. So there's the 3rd command center. So Sock playing a pretty slow game this time around. Which means there's not a whole lot, honestly, that, as we see storms coming here as well, there's not a whole lot that Rain can do about that. I think it would be unwise to attack it over here and hit this. We've got a big drop over here, double shuttles coming in here. And, one of the things when you send the Reavers in like this is that they're going to get such good kills off on these vultures. The vultures just can't really do anything. He's even over here, almost gets them the moment where he could target those SCVs. It's eventually cleaned up. Now, do we see Rain go for the double robo? He seems to be one of these guys that does not like double robo, but we've started to see the emergence of double robo play, and it's pretty crazy. The idea is you're just making so many shuttles and filling up with Reavers, with Zealots, with High Templars for Storm, even DTs. And a lot of times just dumping stuff inside the main. It's like a way to recall, but you can't EMP it to stop it. It's just going to get in there. Okay, so Rain has not been mining gas here. This looks like one of my games where I get a gas and 10 minutes later I discover that I haven't used it at all. But he will need to get more gas if he's going to keep making High Templars. All right, so now comes the Psy Storm drop. Keep in mind, if there were turrets in here earlier, they've all been eaten away at. And so here we go. Another fantastic drop. Looks like he can't quite click on that other Templar. He picks that one up as well. He's going to morph these into an Archon. Here comes another one. Big Psystorm drops here. Oh my god, it's so good. Can he get another one off on here? And I gotta say, Sokka's just really taking a beating here. These Zealots are gonna get so much value. It's nuts. And I mean, at this point in time, I think Sokka's gonna lose every single SCV here if he's not careful. Just gonna draw a tank fire on top of that tank. So, we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 gates going. Basically 12 Dragoons. Everything else is Zealots and some High Templars. Which is usually an indicator that you're really ready to like do a lot of damage and bust them down. About 12 to 20 Dragoons is the number, oftentimes it seems. And then the Zealots are there to run in and draw Spider Mines in for into the Terran units, make the siege tanks hit the other tanks with their splash damage on top of the Zealots. And then the Dragoons are here to roam the map, clean up Spider Mines, all that. Looks like he will spot this base, but, this is pretty much a non-pushable area. Not until Terran can really get out on the map. Rain is actually maxed out. Or basically maxed out. He's at 195. So, I mean, what is Sok going to do? A lot of this has just been Rain beating up Sok over and over again. Sok's trying to get to the point where he has enough. He does have +2 attack, +1 armor, but he doesn't have the kind of supply to really threaten the Protoss. And so instead of the Terran pushing out, it's going to be Rain actually trying to force a win here, using storm drops here to whittle down the hit points on these tanks. Beautifully done so far. Some D-matrices come down here to buy a little bit of time. But honestly, I mean, look at this. He's even going to send one DT over in here onto the side. And so that's going to buy him a little bit of time. His DT is going to get the scanner. It's shot down. Back at home, I mean, what's he making? Lots of Dragoons and Zealots. He's just going to refill that supply back up. Here we go. Another Psystorm drop. Dude, Rain is just so scary, man. And then, you know, if he wants to, he can morph an Archon. He can pick up and just storm again later. We don't have a Wraith out anymore, so there's nothing that can actually hunt this down. So, I mean, this has got to be painful for Sock. You can kind of just ignore this. As, yeah, as Rain, he just kind of ignores the ground units. It looks like he might try to come out again. He might just barely have enough energy. Yeah, he does. He gets another Psystorm drop. Oh, my God. It's so good. Back here, he's just making more units. He's getting ready to strike again. When the first big attack happened, I think Sock was at about 125 supply. Rain was maxed out. Rain's at 170 now, and Sock is about at 118 supply. So, I mean, you do this a couple more times, and I think you actually can just flatten the Terran. He also has enough shuttles here, and there's not really a lot of anti-air. You could just dump units right on top of this and probably draw a siege tank fire away. And, I mean, this is just domination here from Rain. I don't know how else to say it. Here we go. We've got the drops coming in here. He's going to get those unloads off. We got Templars and Zealots coming right in here. He's going to distribute those Psystorms beautifully. Oh, my God. And, I mean, yeah, that's it. GG. Jeez, man. It's kind of insane. It was just Rain just dominating through and through. I mean, he played a great early game with the Nexus first. Sock went for kind of a, you know, just opting to play from behind, I guess, is the best way to put it. He didn't go for a rush or try to directly counter it. He just stayed back. He did try to do some drops, but I think Rain, just with defense that good, it's really hard to ever, you know, overcome him. And, you know, whenever you go for drops, if you get no value, you're always in kind of a funny spot because the other player is just going to truck ahead and keep producing while you've invested in, like, a drop ship and the stuff that didn't really pay off in the end. Anyways, guys, check out my merch. This is a GLHF shirt. You can get it at tastelessthreads.com. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in a future video. Take care. Bye-bye.